fireworks that we were all looking forward to. I mean, first of all, with Mike Pence, as of course Mike Pence was the vice president under Trump, but then the whole Chris Christie thing, oh man, I mean, that's got to be, if you're calling in, hold on for a moment, Ken will be right with you. She stepped out of the room momentarily, she'll be right back. 916-921-1530, 800-834-1530. But doesn't that remove some of the fireworks from the whole thing? I was kind of looking forward to that. You know, because already Christie and Trump were calling, you know, they were at each other. Ron DeSantis, he's in the mix. You expect some fireworks from that. The media just cannot help themselves. When I'm listening to the national news, the media just cannot seem to help themselves, by the way, when they are playing only the anti-Trump comments during their little sound bites. You notice that? They didn't focus on any. I heard little sound bites from the media, and I didn't hear anything except what the media selected for us to hear. I'm sorry to say, the liberal-leaning media, which floated these sound bites out there from these candidates, and all you heard was Trump, because that's all they care about, is talking about Trump. And did you know, aggressively criticizing former Donald Trump was the only position tested in the poll that a majority of likely Republican caucus goers said that they would make them less likely to favor a candidate. Only 16% say that criticizing Trump would make them more likely to favor a candidate. 54% said that they would be less likely to favor a candidate who criticizes Trump, and then another 29% say that criticizing Trump would not matter to them, and 1% are just not sure about that. You know, saying things like people say, well, you know, until someone actually proves that he's guilty, I believe that all Republicans should be standing united together. I mean, there's just all kinds of variety of thoughts on that, of course. Someone else doesn't feel like all the charges that are being brought against him are being done for political use, basically to keep him out of the game. I would agree with that. Others have as they get to this conversation, just realize I'm not like a soldier conservative show. I'm a fair show.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Maybe you're watching the Trump-Carlson interview, which is airing at the same time as the GOP debate. By the way, which one do you think will have bigger ratings? Do you believe that the GOP debate going on in Milwaukee will garner bigger television ratings than the Trump-Carlson interview, which again airs at the same time? 916-921-1530 if you have a comment. 800-834-1530. And I have so many more comments and thoughts about this, but I'd love to hear what you have to say. As we continue the show, happy Wednesday to you. It is the Pat Walsh Show. Like soldiers say, Kelly Brothers reports on that's going to be drunk and say it was a bad day. Kelly Brothers from Captron. Mornings and afternoons at 22 and 52 past the hour.
Where the U.S. economy is headed. For Northwest Exteriors, and I have some fantastic news to share, courtesy of our furry friend Duke. He's the adorable golden retriever at Northwest Exteriors. He knows a thing or two about beating the summer heat. So we're introducing Duke's Dog Days of Summer promotion, where you get to revamp the look of your home and keep those energy bills in check. Duke's Dog Days of Summer, you can save up to $1,000 on a window project and up to $1,000 on a new siding project. That'll get the tail wagging, but hold on, there's more. Northwest Exteriors is offering special financing, 0% interest for up to 18 months on approved credit.
Approaching a railroad crossing.
Summer when you can transform your home into the experience oasis. Just Dog Days of Summer. Call 888-TRUST-NW or go to trustnorthwest.com. Lester, you are the founder of Talon Wealth, but you were not born with a subscription to the Wall Street Journal and a calculator in your hand. So what was your first job as a teenager?
Mowed yards. First I couldn't drive. I was probably 12, 13. I had a skateboard. I could basically get everything on that lawnmower and drag myself on the skateboard to whatever lawn I had to mow.
Get to know Mike and the other Talon Wealth fiduciaries at guardingyournestegg.com.
Hi there, Pat Walsher, Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop. If you have gold, silver, or platinum jewelry, if you have rare coins, find out what they're worth and possibly walk away with a nice check. Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop, interested in coins aged 1964 or prior, specifically dimes, quarters, half dollars, silver dollars, and nickels, not so much. Stop by the company I trust and that you can trust. Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop, family owned and operated, 898 Douglas Boulevard in Roseville. Just knock on the door. Tell them Patrick sent you.
Traffic reports on the 10 every 10 minutes, morning and afternoon on KFBK, Sacramento's news radio.
Every time the radical left Democrats do this, the Marxist, communist, fascist indict me, I consider it a great badge of honor because I'm being indicted for you. I am being indicted for you. I don't like that deal so much, man. I don't like that deal, but that's okay. I'm being indicted for you. I'm being indicted because of what we've done, and I'm being indicted because they're afraid of all of us, because we have a movement that's never been seen in the history of our country. Make America great again, MAGA. Never been seen. Never been anything like this. And never forget our enemies want to stop us because we are the only ones who can stop them. We're the only ones. And this is why this election is so important. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. I'll never let that happen.
They're orchestrating everything that you're hearing in the media. I don't know, do you buy into that? 916-921-1530, getting your thoughts on this. If you're watching the debates, I get that as well. But just wanted to reach out to you. This is on Fox News. On the stage are Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, former Vice President Mike Pence, Ray Banner, ex-New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson. Are you paying attention to the debates tonight? You must not be if it's my show, unless you're watching. And then I have a question for you, and I want to know if you think that the statement is correct. I'll ask that momentarily after we go to Folsom and speak with Paul. Paul, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Good, sir. Thank you.
Hey, I was calling to tell you, I think they should have President Trump file on television so we can see it one way or another. All the evidence out there for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that'd be good. Why not? Exactly. Show us the proof. Show everyone the proof. And if it's there, proof is in the pudding, as they say. We'll see it right there. I don't know. They're not, I don't think they would probably do that, but certainly I think people would be interested in that. You'd watch that, right, Paul?
I would. I want the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah, we should carry that on radio, Paul. That's when I was on our sister station way back when. We carried that on the radio, and man, oh man, people were just tuned in like crazy, They were.
That's right.
Yep. Well, Paul, good point. We'll see what happens, and thanks for weighing in on that. Appreciate you. Yeah, we still carry that O.J. Simpson trial. Talk 650.
Shorts.
I did Kendall's job during that. And every time Judge Ito would call a sidebar, you'd have to listen intently for Judge Ito to call the sidebar, because when he did that, that meant you could go to a commercial break. You know, because Barry Scheck or whoever wasn't speaking at the time, or Marcia Clark or whoever. And as soon as you went to break, the phones would jam with people going, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you cutting out of this? We're listening." I'm like, "Hey, man." I mean, like, Kendall answered the phone. I'm like, "Yeah, listen. We gotta pay the bills, man. We don't want the electricity shut off. They ain't gonna be able to listen to anything." Saying where his interview with Carlson's going to air. Maybe they released that news by now. The debate in Milwaukee, featuring all the main players there. I want to ask you a question. There was this is what I want to ask you if you're listening. Donald Trump on Tuesday assailed New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu on his Truth Social website. And so the former president called him vocal Trump critic a, quote, selfish guy who he claimed was beating by almost 50 points in the polls. I was beating Governor Chris Sununu in the home state, New Hampshire, so much. Really huge. I can't, I'm still working on my Trump. That's so huge. 50 was so big. Almost 50 points. He didn't have the courage to run, said Donald Trump. He's a selfish guy. He should run for the Senate, but now he's stuck in Never Never Land, lonely and virtually unelectable.
Oh.
You know, other people,
I'm not doing that.
I laugh and I scoff at this, think that
The proper way is
Donald
to do
Trump
this.
is unelectable because of everything we're
not
seeing in the
doing it
news
other
at this
way
point.
Thugs do.
And Trump's social media post followed Sununu's New York Times op-ed in which he suggested that should the former president win the Republican presidential nomination, a GOP down ballot catastrophe would follow, saying that if Mr. Trump is the Republican nominee for president in 2024, Republicans will lose up and down the ballot.
Oh.
According to a recent Associated Press poll, Public Affairs research poll, nearly 2/3 of Americans said they would likely not support Mr. Trump in 2024, but not even Jimmy Carter had re-election numbers that bleak.
Yeah, in and out.
Isn't he
Always
leading in the
fucking
polls?
busy. Fucking
Like, what
sick
are you
of that
talking
too.
about? It's like the more. Let me ask you. Isn't it just me? I mean, is it just me, or the more that they pile onto this guy every day, because every day, every news break I hear, when it's the national news, every news break, Trump, or indictments, Trump, turning themselves in, Trump, you know, Rudy Giuliani and turning themselves in. They just make it such a big thing that, you know, it's like Watergate or something.
Not supposed to
When
make
you
them
hear
right
all
and
of
red.
this constant Trump stuff going on in the news,
Another
do
one.
you
The rich.
believe it?
It's
Do you
naughty.
believe everything you're hearing? Or do you believe there is some kind of an agenda out there to push this guy to do any kind of damage that they can prior to the next election? That's a fair question, right?
Yeah.
Some people will tell you, well, he's the one unelectable, Donald Trump, not Sununu, Mr. Trump. You're the one because look at everything that's... Do you believe that? I'm just wondering how this media coverage of Trump every conference that he was constantly, how that affects your thoughts about him. Or do you think it's just a big, do you think it's a made-up media thing? I got about a minute. Let's go to Jason. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Pat. So a couple things. One is for a brief moment in time, I was a intern at KFBK, and you were a phenomenal kind of mentor there and a really amazing person. So I wanted to call that out.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Thank you.
My call name was Maynard, and I was on the Armstrong and Getty show. essentially.
Your name, what was Maynard?
I was Maynard the intern,
I
yeah.
remember, man. Well, Maynard, hey, Maynard. That's great, man. I still remember that. Maynard the intern. You should call, when you call the show, you should be Maynard the intern. But listen,
Yeah.
I know you have a point to make, but listen, I got like 10 seconds. Can I put you on hold, Maynard?
Sure.
Sorry about that, man. But all right, listen, we'll go back to Jason straight ahead. And your phone call.
KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio on 93.1 FM, 1530 AM, and everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy in tonight's Republican primary debate on the Fox News Channel.
Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage? I'll tell you, I'm not a politician, Brett. You're right about that. I'm an entrepreneur.
The former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie wasn't impressed.
Last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur standing stage tonight.
The current frontrunner, former President Trump, is not taking part. He is, however, expected to surrender tomorrow to authorities in Fulton County, Georgia, in connection with the state's election interference case. Paul Flores, who was convicted in the killing of a California college student who vanished more than 25 years ago, was hospitalized after he was attacked in state prison. Cities from the Gulf Coast to the Midwest could set new high temperatures tomorrow. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
California's capital city, KFBK News Radio update.
From the KFBK Newsroom, I'm Joe Michael. Sacramento Mayor Gerald Steinberg today holding the second of 3 panel discussions that he's using as an alternative to a traditional State of the City speech. The mayor saying Sacramento's new emergency response to homelessness will be led by the city's fire department.
Fire is already most often the first responder to crises and health-related emergencies. They are used to joining with other agencies in large-scale firefighting efforts that have included some of the biggest and deadliest disasters in state history. They have the skill, the expertise, and the community support to lead this effort.
The fire department will now coordinate community response department activities and work collaboratively with the police department, code enforcement, the city's Office of Emergency Management, and animal care. The California Department of Fish and Wildlife completing a massive release of fall run Chinook salmon. Taking advantage of the increased water flows due to this year's rains, 23 million fall run salmon have been released into the Feather, American, McCullamy, and Merced rivers in 2023. Preliminary tracking results suggest high survival for hatchery-raised fish this year. Fall run Chinook salmon support the bulk of California's commercial and recreational salmon fishing seasons. Although ocean and in-river salmon fishing seasons have been closed for the year, fishing seasons will be reevaluated in 2024. The Oakland A's are formalizing plans to move the team to Sin City. KFBK's Nico McGaugh has the latest.